Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Benefits Cooldown. That, everyone, right there, that is my good friend from the West Coast, Ed Legande. I am Eric Silverman. And Ed, last week we had a fantastic quick question that you asked me, and I want to ask you the same thing. If you're watching this today and you didn't see me last week, it was my answer to this question, and I want to hear Ed. So, Ed, when an employer is putting together their annual budget, or maybe their 2, 3, 4, 5 year budget, how should they budget, i.e. prioritize their medical and ancillary spend, right? How should they prioritize how much they're going to spend versus how much they're going to make employee funded and or voluntary? What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. We've talked about some of this in a prior session where employers are effectively making decisions on behalf of employees. And what we saw throughout the pandemic, at least, is there was a big light shown down on people to really focus on what's really important to them as employees, right? And so employers really need to have their ear to the ground to see what's really important to them. So at the end of the day, it's basically an archaic way of thinking. So I have to kind of agree with what you mentioned in the last session, in the sense that it's just very turnkey to think medical, dental, vision, and then everything else is kind of throw in or throw out, right? But at the end of the day, an employer's number one asset is their people, right? So what is their number one asset? That's your ability to earn an income. Of course, so we talked about this last week. You mentioned it in your session. I fully agree with it. You have to have a health plan at the end of the day. We totally believe in that. We believe that's your right at the end of the day to have healthcare on behalf of you. But then what's next? Every survey we've done over the last couple of years, every time we've done open enrollment and things of that nature, it's pretty hit or miss as to how many times people say, you know what, I don't want the dental plan. I'd rather pay cash for my dentist who doesn't take any insurance at all. Right? Same thing for vision providers. Every now and then I wear glasses, but most of the time I'm buying my glasses that are out of network. So the vision plan doesn't really help me in any way, shape, or form. You mentioned something that was pretty near and dear to my heart, which is disability coverage. It doesn't have a sexy name, right? There's income protection, but in life insurance, those are two benefits that I feel like are completely undervalued. And it's also things that people focus on way later in life, thinking, I'm healthy, I'm bulletproof now as a child or as someone getting into the working atmosphere after college. But those are two particular benefits that I feel like employers need to spend the budget on, because they're an afterthought for people. So as employers, if you're really trying to drive the best value at the end of the day and you're looking at your budget, those are benefits. If you're going to have employer sponsored benefits, that's where I feel like you're going to have a lot more value, because those are the benefits your employers wish they had when those situations happen, right? Not necessarily the dental and the vision, because again, a lot of times it's pretty hit or miss as to whether or not they want to pay cash for those solutions. In addition to that, it's not even just insurance at the end of the day, right? Gym memberships and nutrition programs, financial wellness, those are benefits too. And a lot of times, even just as recently, we just surveyed 3 employers. All of them were ranging in size between 100 and 300 employees. They rated the traditional vision product and the dental product literally last, but they wanted financial wellness as their number 2. That ended up being the overarching theme between these 3 employers. So again, employee benefits does not equal insurance. So when you're looking at it from a budgetary standpoint, look at it from an entire employee experience perspective. And then, again, those surveys that we've talked about in prior sessions are going to be key. Focus on that, and whatever your employees have rated as important, throw that into your budgetary decisions at the end of the day. So that's how I feel about it. I think it's time we take a different approach to the status quo way of offering benefits. Every employee is going to be different because the employees are going to be different. For every belly button that's on your health plan and such. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Ed Legande's response to budget and priority for the employer. Ed, I love it, brother. Thanks as always. And if you are watching, keep watching. Add your comments. Add your thoughts in the comment section, and stay tuned for next week, Friday, for the benefits cool down. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ed.